Welcome, everyone, to today's live stream, episode number 22 of our Kingdom Come Deliverance gameplay series. I'm Commander Jorval, and I want to thank you for coming along on our journey today. So, on admin notes, I put up on social media and a post in the post tab on the channel about the schedule. The schedule is now finally going to change. The NFL football season started a couple of weeks ago. This is going to be week 3 this weekend, and finally got to a point where we have a schedule conflict because my team is playing tomorrow at noon, and that's going to be a problem, obviously, with the live stream as normally scheduled for tomorrow. So normally what I would do is I would move the Sunday live stream to Saturday, and that's what I've been doing the past couple of years. I think I'm going to try something different this time. Normally that live stream would move to 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Central Daylight Time, which means that it ends a little late for my overseas viewers. And I've gotten some comments about it, so I'm going to try something different. I'm going to try and move it up by a couple of hours. Now that's not going to give me a lot of time to get situated after the live stream is done and get over to my friend's place to watch the game like we always do, or to get to the game if we're doing that. So we'll just kind of play it by ear and see. If I have to make too many changes to the schedule because I don't have enough time, or the schedule doesn't work and I have to move it to Sunday, then I'll do that. But for now, I'm going to move it up 2 hours. We're going to start the live stream at 8 a.m. and it's going to run until 11 a.m. Central Daylight Time, which right now is GMT -5. That should hopefully not be too early for everybody here in the States. But again, my West Coast viewers, I apologize. That's a 6 o'clock in the morning start. But like I say, we'll play it by ear this time and kind of see how it goes. And I'll be watching the comments if you like it, if you hate it, and I'll see what I need to do going forward with that schedule. But for now, the schedule is changing as of starting tomorrow, so a couple hours earlier tomorrow for the live stream. So I think that's it for the admin notes. So on our recap, last week we had gotten through one of the quests with Fritz and Matthew. We had finished up a friend in a friend in need, and we were looking for some experience in hunting to be able to do another quest called Fat Profits. And you need a specific perk to be able to do that. Well, I did, as I said, and I leveled up off stream. And let's go ahead and jump in here, and we'll kind of take a look at where we are. Okay, so let's go into our player site here, and you can see we've gotten a few levels in things. We just leveled up a bunch while we were out there getting our hunting to go up. So let's go ahead and take a look at these. So contemplative, I don't think is any importance. Scholar, I don't think is important either. Renegade brand is you just don't use it very often. Insomniac is pretty good. Your energy reduces 25% slower, which is always nice. Manly Odor, when you talk to women, you get a 50% charisma boost. However, your stealth skill takes a penalty, and that's the part that I don't like. Night Rider just doesn't really impact me enough to worry about it. And Wanderer, I have a lot of homes everywhere which have high comfort beds, so I really don't want Wanderer. So I'm going to take Insomniac. Scout 3 is also very, very useful. So you don't get intercepted on the road nearly as much. But I'm going to go with Insomniac here. For strength, we have Dreadful, which we've talked about before. Dreadful is a dreadful perk, especially when you're fighting against bandits and where you have to kill a camp leader and something like that. They will run away from you a lot, and you have to chase them down, and it's a pain in the butt. So Boar, when you bump into them at a sprint, it decreases their health and stamina. That just doesn't happen very often. So out of the three of these, I'll take Gravedigger. It's not really of a whole lot of use though. So Vitality, Last Gasp is actually pretty good. It's kind of like your Last Stand or something. As soon as you would take a fatal blow, your health comes back to 20%, and you can pop back up. Now the problem with this is that if you're getting hit a lot and you're getting stun locked, then you pop back up from that blow, you're very likely to go down again immediately afterwards. Balanced diet, you don't either overeat or go hungry for 5 days. You get a +1 bonus. It's just too hard to maintain. It's really not worth it. Human Dustbin is good. If you eat from it, you are from poisoned or spoiled food. You're not going to, it will heal your hunger, but you're not going to get any positive effect from it. But you're not going to get poisoning from it either. And Berserk, as soon as your health falls to a minimum, you go Berserk and your stamina regenerates 4 times faster. Out of all these 4 perks, Berserk is probably the most useful, even though it doesn't proc very often for me. And then Speech, final offer. When a trader's going to lose patience with you and quit, you get 1 more chance to offer. It never worked, or it never needed for me. I know how the trading system works. Silver Tongue increases your speech skill when haggling, which is basically, it just gets you better prices, which is always good. Merchants will be more willing to buy stolen items. I always use Miller Peshek anyway, so I'm going to take Silver Tongue. And now let's go to our other skills. So pickpocketing. So hidden pockets, you'll keep some of your stuff whenever you get arrested. I think it's fairly pointless. Friendly neighbor, if anyone who likes you at least a little catches you pickpocketing, they won't call a guard on you. Again, fairly useless. Item Expert 1, reveal stats for half the items in a pickpocketing victim's purse. This is the stats. This is not the item. So it lets you know how valuable that thing is when you're doing it. Pocket Sight is what lets you reveal the items. I tend not to go after the item experts and instead go after pocket sights. Secret pockets, when looting corpses, you'll find more money. Again, not very useful. Crowd control reduces your chance of being discovered when there's a lot of people around. All of these are fairly useless perks for me at this level. What I'm going to do is save up for Pocket Sight 2 and Pocket Sight 3, and then maybe head back and look and pick some others, but there's nothing I really want out of pickpocketing out of this list. I think most of the perks in here are just not really worth it. In reading, so SWAT, it doesn't matter where you read, you get a reading or a learning bonus anywhere you read, which is very good. Magistrate 2, your speech bonus when trying to persuade guards rises by 2. So if you do get caught while you're going through a camp or through a city, you get a chance to talk your way out of it, and you have a +2 to your persuasion here, which is really, really good. Art Connoisseur, whenever you find a fresco or a cross or a shrine, you can increase your charisma temporarily. Again, not very useful to me. And Colleague, all books are cheaper in shops. If you want to raise all of your skills by getting all of the skill books, this is a must-have to do. I tend not to worry about it. I'm going to go with SWAT so I can learn faster from my books. And then the whole reason that we went out and leveled up. And that's for the butcher trait. The Fat Prophet's quest needs you to get things like kidneys and hearts and that sort of stuff from different animals. You cannot get that unless you have the butcher trait. So that's why we went out and leveled up. We're going to take the butcher trait here. And that's going to ready us for what we're going to be doing next. Okay. So the Sasau Butcher is right here, and that's where we're going to be heading to.
Yeah.
And you can see the butcher has an icon over his head.
I'm honored that you should come to me.
Are you in need of a helping hand, Master Butcher?
Up an hand? No. But I've got a problem with supplies.
I understand. The roads aren't safe these days.
No, that's not what I meant. Beef and pork I can get plenty of. But the burgers here have a taste for aristocratic food. And maybe you can help me with that.
You want me to poach game?
Heaven forbid I would ever suggest such a thing. No. You would have to get it by, other means.
I don't want to spoil your plans, but game doesn't grow on trees.
No, but if you happen to be walking in the woods and, came across something, if you see what I mean.
All right. Let's say I'll take a walk in the woods and I'll come across something and bring it to you.
Excellent. I'm glad to see you speak my language. Get me a wild boar for now, so I can see what you can do. And don't worry, you'll be well rewarded. Goodbye.
Okay, so that started the Fat Prophets activity here. And for this, we need to get boar meat. Okay. Now, a couple of things to know about this quest. If you're quick about it, you can collect everything you need from this quest all in one hunt. However, that's also much easier to do if you have a and I'm looking to see where it is. Okay, if you have the salty perk, raw foods in your inventory won't spoil so fast. If the quality of the items gets too low, the butcher will not take them, and you'll have to go hunting again. So it's kind of one of those things where it's easiest almost to just go bring one thing at a time and not try and do everything, because the time you spend doing it all and then you come back and half of them have failed and you have to go do it again, it's just a waste of time. So I'm going to do them one at a time here, and the first one is hunting boar, and I believe there's a boar hunting spot up here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's head up past the monastery. And the other thing is, you don't want to fast travel. Fast traveling makes your food spoil really, really fast. Now, we can't fast travel up to that point, up to this point up here anyway, but once we get up there, we don't want to fast travel back. So find a spot that's somewhat close, so that you're not having to ride all over the map. Now, once I come out of this clearing, I think I have to keep going this way. Yeah, I think this is where it is. Let's, okay, let's get my bow. What arrows do I have equipped? Piercing arrows, that's perfectly fine. I'm pretty sure there's a boar hunting spot up here. I think this is it right here. Yeah. There they are. And these ones run away from you almost every time. Okay, and all you need is 40 boar meat, I think. You can take all of it you want. Boar meat sells really well. But the butcher, unless you've taken time to buy and sell from him before, he doesn't have a lot of groschen. Okay, so now let's head back to the road here.
Yeah.
And we'll head back. And again, this is why I'm picking the spot. This is west of Samopesh, which is just north of Sasau. So it's a quick and easy place to get to, and I think all of the hunting spots are here. I say it's been a while since I've done this, but I think I remember that they're all somewhere around that same general area. Okay, take a left here past the inn and go right across the bridge and you're back at the butcher. So it literally takes you less than a minute to get back from any of these spots.
I have the meat you wanted.
Excellent. Show me what you've got. Looks good. Here's something for your effort. Another job for you. One of the merchants was asking for deer liver. Try and get me some.
All right.
Okay, now he wants deer liver. Now, the deer liver is red deer livers. Now, these are the antler deers, or antler deer. These are not the ones, not the roe deer. These are the bucks. And you see, we gained reputation and lost reputation. You lose reputation with the guards because you are basically poaching, but you gain reputation with the merchants and the townspeople. So And that's just an inevitable part of doing this. It's not enough to really affect anything, though. Okay, so let's head back up, and I think I know where there's a red deer spot, and it's when we get into the woods. I think it's like in here somewhere. I think it's down this hill. Yeah, 'cause I think that's it right there. Yep. Okay, so this is the, like I say, the stags. The ones with the antlers are the ones you're looking for. Now this isn't... Oh. We got the female version of it. We don't get these very often. Okay, but there's a deer liver. If it's red deer on there, this is just the female version of it. If there's red deer in the inventory, that's the deer liver that you want. Okay, and it'll tell you that you've got one of 4. Now you need to wait for... There's... Oh, geez, they're all here. 1. Let's see if we can get the last one here. This would be the quickest I've ever completed this. Ah, pulled that one. It's trying to run away. There we go. Wow. So, deer liver. I've never seen that before. Like I say, that's the quickest that I've ever completed this. Normally you have to sit here and you have to wait. You can wait an hour or 2 and respawn them. But yeah, it's the first time I've ever seen 4 all at once there. That's a little crazy. I'm not going to complain about it though, because this one is the pain in the rear. Because normally red deer, they don't spawn nearly as much as the roe deer do. Okay, so let's head back. Wow, I'm happy about that. Okay, so again, we'll just head across the bridge over here. Take a right. And another right.
Copy.
So I got the game goods for you, Master Butcher.
Excellent. Show me what you've got. Looks good. Here's something for your effort. I've got another order. There's demand for deer kidneys. Can you handle that?
Sure.
Okay, and now you need roe deer kidneys. Those are not the kidneys from the red deer. Now that's the thing that can get confusing, is that they're just labeled kidneys in the inventory. But what we just killed were red deer, not roe deer. So we want to make sure that we're hunting roe deer. And that's a different hunting spot. And again, I think I have one of those already marked. I do. It's right there. Okay.
Yeah.
And roe deer tend to spawn more often, but they're harder to hit because they like to run around a lot. The good thing about them is that there are quite a few roe deer hunting spots up here. I think there are 3 of them all right next to each other up here. Okay, some cumins. Rode right through that. And again, just head across here. And I think this one is right over here. Inside the forest. Or maybe it's right over here. Ah, there it is. See, they like to run a lot. I'm gonna try and keep my distance. Come on. There's one. Just over his shoulder. Gonna have to try and get a little closer here. See, it's gonna want to run away, so you have to time it right. Okay, and there's the roe deer kidneys. Now, the good thing about these is that you normally get multiple ones at the same time. And we didn't get any kidneys there. I was hoping to finish that off real quick. But after, I guess, as fast as we got the last one done, it would be too much to hope that we would get lucky again. Oh, come on. They decided to run away. Like I say, if you get too close to them, that's the thing about roe deer, is that they tend to run away. But they do spawn quite a bit more. So let's just wait an hour. This is going to cause those kidneys in my inventory to start going bad pretty fast, but we're right here next to the monastery. Taking a long shot here. I want to see if I can hit it. I'm way over him. Oh, that was so close. This guy's coming towards me. That could be a fatal mistake. Oh, how did that not hit? There we go. And there we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go head back. So this is actually going pretty fast. I'm not saying it's going to go this fast for you, but for me, looks like we've gotten pretty lucky so far. But like I say, if you do have an issue with doing it, these spots are normally pretty good for spawn rates. And if you just wait an hour, you'll normally get some respawns. You can also bring Mutt along for this. He just gets tired when he hunts down a deer, and you can't use him for a while after that. So it takes a long time for his cooldown to reset.
Welcome. I have the meat you wanted.
Excellent. Show me what you've got.
So it's normally faster just to do it on your own.
Looks good. Here's something for your effort. I've got something else for you. The armourer's wife wants to make air offal soup. I tried to slip her goose organs, but she wasn't fooled.
She wants to make awful soup.
Air offal. Innards. Can you get those?
Ah, hair innards. Right.
Good luck then.
Okay, and now we need to go hunting rabbits. Now for this, you certainly can use Mutt, and it's probably the fastest way to do it, to be honest. I'm just going to head up here into the forest and see if I can hunt some down. But if it gets too frustrating, you can always summon Mutt. If you're on mouse and keyboard, you just hold down the X key. You tap the X key to summon your horse. You hold down the X key to summon Mutt. So once the Forester perk activates here, okay, we've got it down there at the bottom. Let's just go off side of the road here and we'll look for rabbits. When you're out in the woods, the best way to do it is just to move your mouse and hold for a little bit and wait until you see constant movement, because the leaves and the shadows are going to be helping to disguise. There's one, but you just look for the constant movement. Now rabbits aren't nearly as skittish. You can walk up right next to them almost, and there's the offal that you're looking for. Offal is, like I say, like you said, basically innards. Try and get somewhere where you have a long, unobstructed view as well. Okay, and that's 3 out of 5. It's 4. And sometimes hunting on a hillside can be frustrating because the bodies will fall all the way down to the bottom of the hill. Run back towards my horse a little bit. Right there. Oh, I missed that. That hit the stump, or the rock. Wow, this rabbit's got evasion. Oh, look. he hit the dip in the... He hit the dip right as I released the arrow. This is comical now. There we go. Thank goodness I have a lot of those arrows. And there's all 5. So let's put our bow away. We'll get our horse back. Let's get rid of that marker. And we're going to head east and then south once we hit the road.
Yeah.
Okay, I think this is the last one that we have to do for him. But there's going to be a twist here.
God,
I have everything you ordered, Master.
excellent. Looks good. Here's something for your effort. And now I've got a bit of a problem.
How's that?
The bailiff came here. Seems someone told him I've been selling game. He started making all sorts of threats. But then I suggested we could come to an agreement. His daughter is getting married, and I offered to put on a game feast for him. So, we're going to need a whole lot of game for that.
Jesus. Oh well, I'll see what I can do.
Okay, so now we're basically poaching for the bailiff. So we look at our quest journal here. We need to get 40 boar meat, 70 red deer meat, and again, that's not roe deer meat, that's red deer meat, and 100 hare meat. Now that's 4 rabbits, 1 red deer, and 1 boar. So we're gonna head back up there to our hunting spots.
Yeah.
and see if we can quickly collect this stuff. So we're going to go all the way through the forest. Or no, we need to split off to the right here first to get red deer. No. I saw the water. It's north of me. I saw the water over there and thought it was that little lake, but that's not it. That's the river. There's where we want to go. Now you can, if the bodies are still here. Oh. Wow, they spawned in a group of 4 again. I think I hit one. I did. Okay, so we need how much of this? 70, I think. Yes. Okay. Now let's head back up the hill and we will go to there, and we can see if there are any rabbits up here. Do a little rabbit hunting while we're here. Because again, you are on a timer. It's a pretty slow timer, but you are still on a timer. So I am in a forest. The Forester perk is procced down there in the status bar. Just getting really unlucky with the rabbit spawns, it looks like. That one spawned right next to me. So your hare meat, you're going to get 33. That I've noticed at the most. And do I still have all of... Yes, I do. And rabbits don't normally spawn on the roads. There's one. There's two. Okay. Okay, so now I think we need 3 more. Let's find one more rabbit here. There he is. Oh, jeez. Alright, so we just need 3 more. And that should be 100 out of 100. So let's call our horse. Put our bow away. And now we need to head west. I guess I can head west to the road. This is going to go past an ambush site, though.
Yeah.
And it's a horrible road to follow. Okay, now the boar site is straight north of me from here. I think it's... yeah. I think it's in here. Ooh. Bandit camp. Yeah, this is the boar site right here. So let's wait for them to spawn. Because these ones run away, and they tend to run away toward the bandit camp too. So let's wait an hour.
I feel quite hungry.
So, there we go. I was going to say, getting unlucky with the boar spawns. But there we go. And we need 40 for meat. Okay, so let's summon our horse. Put our bow away. Okay, so we need to go east back toward the road. And then south.
Yeah.
Along the crappy road. We've been on this road before. You should recognize it while we were hunting humans, or hunting the bandit camps and interlopers.
Yeah.
And this will take us right back. take a right up here at the monastery. And we'll take a left past the inn. Cross the bridge. Take a right. And take another right. And let's see if we're here in time. Good, he's still out here.
Greetings.
So I got the game goods for you, Master Butcher.
Excellent. Show me what you've got.
Okay, so we need... Oh. No, hare meat. Yeah, I got 100. Okay. They have different health. They're spoiled different. That's why they went into 2 different stacks. I was like, wait a minute. I thought I counted this right. And all of it should be blue up on the top.
Looks good. Here's something for your effort. I think it's time to slow down for a bit. The bailiff will let us off the hook, but I don't want to push things.
Suits me.
Okay, and that's going to complete the Fat Prophets quest. Now, like I say, hunting is quite lucrative. If you have somebody who has a lot of groschen to be able to buy it, red deer meat and boar meat are very, very lucrative. You get a lot of it when you make a kill. You get like 140 to 170 of each of the meat. And each of them sell for somewhere around 8 to 10 groschen. So off of every kill, you can reasonably make at least 1,000 groschen. More than likely, you end up somewhere around 1,200 or so. So it can be a very lucrative way to make money. It's still faster to use your alchemy skill and master brew potions with auto brew and sell them. But you can certainly make a lot of money doing that. So the other thing that happened while we were off stream is the next quest in the Matthew and Fritz quest line procced. Now, it normally takes 3 days or 4 days, something like that, in game for the quest to pop up. You'll get a notification on screen when it does. So you don't have to go, searching around for it or anything like that. It will automatically give you a notification. Now we're gonna head up and sleep at the inn real quick, and then we're gonna head off.
Yeah.
Whoops. Please get up out of this. Okay, that becomes the problem when you fall into the river, is the banks play physics games with you.
Yeah.
But the next quest from them will automatically proc, so you just have to wait for it, and then you'll get a notification. So we're gonna go to sleep. Let's see if we have any books that need to be read. I don't think I can read Shadowplay 4. The Joy of Gutting 4 I can. The Rule of St. Nicholas 3 I don't think I can either. But let's see. Okay, so I can study this. Hey, Em, welcome. Good to see you again. Thanks for being here. And I must have hit the key twice. I didn't mean to. But we got a third of the way through it. So this is going to up my stealth skill, I think. Yes. Okay, so let's see if we can read the rule of gutting, or I can. And because I don't need as much sleep, and you can see down the bottom, look at my comfort level, 150%. So if I had taken that one perk where the comfort level was inverted, I'd be at a serious disadvantage here with my comfort level. Okay, and that's going to up my hunting level again.
I'll have to get something to eat. I'm starting to get hungry.
So now we're just going to sleep, and we'll sleep. And you can see my energy is at 83. I could actually read again, but we need to sleep till after 9. Or we need to get there after 9, so... And then we're going to have to waste some time when we get over there. Okay, so we'll get up, we'll drop off all of our books. We'll go eat from the pot down here.
I feel quite
Should be
hungry.
good. Alright, now if you remember, we got Fritz and Matthew jobs in Ledechko. Yeah, Ledechko isn't that far away from Sasau. And this is where you need to go, right here. Okay, and this wants us to find out how Fritz and Matthew are doing. So let's go talk to... There's Matthew.
Jesus, what have you been up to?
Let me see if I can get any stealth
like you to
training
teach me-
from him.
Certainly.
I want to achieve...
All right, but it'll...
I can. Let's just
Now,
pay for that.
pay close attention. Goodbye.
I've got so much gold, I'm not too worried about it.
How are you?
Are you happy here?
It's not worth a damn. If I had any choice, you wouldn't see my heels for dust.
Well, what's happened? Did you two get yourselves into trouble?
A fine friend you are, assuming it's our own bloody fault.
Oh, come on. You know what you two are like. I had to ask.
Well, perhaps with that monk. But now, the foreman's got it in for us. If he could, he'd skin us alive.
Always forcing you to work, is he?
If only. That wouldn't be so awful. But nothing we do is good enough for him. There's always some reason for him to yell at us.
I can imagine.
You know what it's like. We do too little, and it takes us too long, and what we eat's worth more than the work we've done, and it's no fun listening to that sort of shit day after day.
And the miller won't stick up for you. I would have thought all the yelling would drive him mad.
Not really. He trusts that loudmouth bastard more than us. He's got us down for a pair of parasites.
I see.
What's so stupid is the mill really needs us. They haven't had any hands here for quite a while, and the mill needs a lot of fixing. But with them around, we can't even get to work.
And you definitely don't... You don't ever provoke him?
I've already told you once, he's an arsehole. I'd say there's nothing we can do about it. If he wants to yell at us, he'll yell at us.
Have you tried talking with him?
What do you think? But that just sets him off. He starts saying we're practically bandits, and what he's going to do about it. That gets Fritz going, and he starts yelling too, and...
I'd never have guessed he's like that.
Well, get a job here as a hand, and you'll soon see.
And what does he do during the day? Does he work with you?
Good one. He keeps his eye on everything, but his hand only touches the saw when the miller shows up, which isn't that surprising.
Why?
The last time he did anything, he almost took his thumb off with a chisel. I wouldn't put an axe in those paws of his either.
So he's clumsy and arrogant. That's what you said about your last master, that Nimoy.
Aye, but at least you could sneak away from old Nimoy for a bit. No chance of that around here.
And what do you want to do about it? Just run away?
Actually, I'd like to stay here, at least for a bit. I never would have thought I'd like working at a mill, but not with him around. It's unbearable, and there's no one I can complain to. But you could.
Me? Do you think they'll listen to me?
They did once already, didn't they? They hired us because of you. You could have another word with them.
Back then, making promises was enough. Now, it will be worse.
You can forget about the miller. It's Thomas you need to convince. The miller takes his opinion seriously. So, will you do it for us? Again?
Fine. I'll try and talk to him.
I'm glad. But try not to get on his wrong side. You won't get anywhere with him then.
I'll keep that in mind.
Good luck then.
Okay, so now we need to talk to Fritz.
Hey, how'd you get so fucked up?
Let's see if we can
I want to get better.
get any training in fist fighting.
I want to achieve...
You can't become a master.
Okay, so we can't.
Well, Matthew told me your foreman's a fool, and you're not exactly filled with Christian love for him.
You better believe it. I'd like to pay him back for everything and drown him in the river.
Drown him? What's he done to you?
It was the first or the second day here. We had a disagreement and I told him off. And then, all of a sudden, we're fighting and that fucker just throws me in the river. I nearly drowned.
Well, how did you get out? I thought you couldn't swim.
I can't. They pulled me out. I was up to my waist in water.
I see. Well, I'd be pretty fucking angry too. So you want to pay him back?
Exactly. I don't give a shit about anything around here, but that bastard's in need of a good trouncing.
I spoke with him briefly and he doesn't seem so horrible.
Then you ought to try working with him. He's a sneaky bastard and arrogant. You should see how he puffs himself up when he's off to play dice with Lawrence.
Who's Lawrence? Another mill hand?
Aye, but at the neighbouring mill. They call him the Wren. Damned if I know why. Thomas goes there to play dice with him.
What about the others at the mill? Are they awful as well?
The miller's an old fool. He believes every word that comes out of Thomas's mouth. It's hopeless. And then there's the miller's daughter. She's a pretty lass, and kind with it. And what can she do? Nothing. Not that it stops Matthew gonna see her. But Thomas is the root of the problem.
Do you think he's jealous? Is she a sweetheart?
He might make puppy dog eyes at her, but most of the time he just struts about like a peacock. I really don't think she's the problem.
And what do you want to do about it? Do you think you can come to an agreement?
No fucking chance. Matthew hopes so because he likes it here. It's true the work's better than the mines, but the pay's worse.
So how do you plan on dealing with it? Leaving?
Perhaps. But first, I want to give Thomas a proper trouncing. I mean a real thrashing.
And you think that will help?
Maybe. Maybe it'll knock some sense into that fat head of his. Or he'll be too frightened to mess with me.
That might help.
So why don't you arrange a fight with him? If we win, he'll leave us alone. Oh, we could...
What?
We could lure him off someplace far away and then wait for him. Maybe to play dice with Lawrence. He would have to go through the dark woods.
I'll think about it.
Okay, so there are a bunch of different ways to play this out. So for me, I'm going to take a less violent option here for it. And to do that, I need to talk to the miller first.
God be with you.
Oh, and I forgot to mention something. When you talk to Matthew, you got an option for I'd never have guessed it. That's the option that you need to pick to open up the dialogue option with the miller here.
Are you happy with your new workers?
They're good carpenters, but someone constantly has to stand behind their backs and keep an eye on them.
Really?
Yes. When I'm there with them, everything goes smoothly. But the moment I leave, I hear Thomas yelling at them.
I've heard.
I don't know what I'd do without Thomas. He keeps an eye on everything for me now. The mill wouldn't function without him.
Yeah, but Thomas has problems with carpentry.
You're right. You should hear him cursing when he has to turn his hand to it. He knows he'll never be a real miller.
What, just because of that?
No. He's not too skilled at handling the water wheel and the mill run either. He can wield a shovel well enough, but otherwise I have to keep telling him how to do things.
So he's not been foreman too long now?
No. My son used to run the mill, but then his wagon overturned with him inside it. It'll be a year ago now, come spring.
I'm sorry.
Me too, boy. And after Martin was gone, the other workers left and only Thomas stayed. I don't know what I'd do without him.
What happened that day? Wagons don't overturn themselves.
He was transporting new stone blocks for the mill and he had to take a detour. Since the wagon was too heavy for the ford, it was after a downpour. The load must have slipped and the whole wagon fell on him. I pray it was quick.
So he was alone, with no one to help him.
Of course not. Thomas was there too. He helped Martin to load the wagon in Sasau and both of them set off back.
Just the two of them? No one else was there?
No, they always did it that way. Martin didn't like dragging people where it wasn't necessary, when they could be doing work elsewhere. But if I had been there with them, maybe he'd still be alive. Thomas couldn't pull the wagon off him. He ran for help, but it was already too late.
I'm sorry. But I'm sure he's in God's kingdom now.
He was a good boy, a kind soul.
Have you been without carpenters for a while?
A long time. Since winter, it's been just me and Thomas.
Nobody stays around?
No. These days, it's hard to find a man you can rely on. Young lads today are bone idle. None of them wants to do an honest day's work.
And how many have actually worked here?
About half a dozen, maybe more. We always put up with them till the most urgent work was done, then sent them packing.
And what about Jane? Shouldn't she have a husband by now?
What are you trying to say?
A pretty girl like her is ripe for marriage.
With a large dowry because she comes from a mill? Well, she had herself a man once, but he ran away during the winter. He wasn't up to the work either.
And how long did he last?
You know, he was here for a while. But back then my son was a foreman and he was a kindly soul. Too kind. He never threw anyone out.
So everyone started leaving when Thomas took over?
Well, Thomas is a dog on slackers. And just as well. Maybe it's harsh, but that's what you need nowadays. If we don't mill, folk don't eat.
So the moment Thomas became mill foreman, everyone started running off? Not one man could stand it here, even if they had a chance to marry Jane. Don't you think Thomas might be doing it on purpose? Sounds to me like he's after the mill, or your daughter, or both.
That's not like him. He's a good man and straightforward. He knows I can always send for a new mill foreman.
And Jane?
Don't worry about her. She'll wed whoever I approve of, even Thomas if he asks for her hand. At least with him, I know he won't leave the mill.
Indeed, why would he, once he's got rid of everyone else?
That's enough. I don't know why you're trying to slander Thomas, but I don't mean to listen to it any longer. Good luck to you.
I heard what you asked my father. You can't expect help from him. He's none too sharp these days.
Okay, so the miller's going to get upset with you, and he's going to refuse to talk to you for the remainder of this. But Jane has now overheard us and interrupted it.
And can you help me then?
No. Nobody listens to me. But I wanted to say that Thomas does do it on purpose. He did it the same way before.
Why?
Because he's afraid if someone comes who's more skilled, Father will notice and give his job to the newcomer.
And your father lets him? Can't he settle this?
He probably could, but he doesn't want to. My brother was the mill foreman before him, but last year a wagon overturned on him, broke his back. It broke my father too. And Thomas was here the longest. He was always close to my brother, so Father chose him as the mill foreman.
And Thomas doesn't listen to anyone? Can't you persuade him?
No. He keeps looking my way and tries to be nice, but he doesn't care what I've got to say. When I tell him something, it goes in one ear and out the other.
And this probably won't end well. What happened to your brother?
And what does that have to do with this?
I don't know. You mentioned it, so I was just wondering.
There's not much to tell. A stone block that was loaded wrong, slippery ground after rain, and when the wagon overturned on him, there was no one around to help.
What do you mean, no one? Surely he wasn't alone.
No, he had Thomas with him. But Thomas couldn't lift the wagon off him, and by the time he found help it was too late. And as if that wasn't bad enough, someone robbed my brother while Thomas was looking for help.
Someone robbed him after he was dead?
I don't know. But they took a mottled scarf which I gave him as a keepsake. He laughed when I gave it to him. He said it would make him look like a fop, but he still wore it all the time. And someone must have thought it was worth stealing.
But who'd steal a scarf?
Why are you asking me? When they brought him back here, he didn't have it. That's all I know.
I'm sorry about what happened to him.
Me too. But it was his own fault. If he'd brought more people with him, he'd still be alive. He was too kind for his own good.
I understand.
Okay, so she says that when her brother died and they found the body, he did not have a scarf on him. Now, that leads us to old Thomas. Now, you can talk to Thomas and you can set up a fight, or you can lie to him and lure him away to get a fight going as well. We're going to do something else, though. And the first thing I want to do is kind of get some lockpicking XP here. So the miller's coming back. Hey, now I'm going to save here. I haven't tried to do this. I'm going to save. And wait for him to come back. And wait for Thomas to come back. He's going to go into that corner there. I know of a way to pickpocket him, but I can wait until the evening and wait for him to go to sleep. He's going to go over and he's going to yell at Matthew and Fritz. And he's going to come back. That was bad timing. Because that's when I want to do it, is when he turns and picks up a bag of flour. That's when I want to crouch down behind him and try and pickpocket him. Gonna have to be fast. But we'll see if we can make it work. So here he comes. Okay, the miller is right behind him. Let's see if I can get a little more separation here between them. Okay, so I think this turn might do it. Because Thomas just went in, he should drop it off. Oh, come on, Thomas. You're killing me, Smalls. Okay, I'll try and go pickpocket over there.
Do you need help?
Okay, so we got it. Okay, so that's the scarf here. And now, if we can't talk to the miller, he doesn't want to talk to us. We can talk to Thomas now that we've got it. We can confront him about it. And we can actually bribe him and get some rewards out of it. And he will then take off. Instead, we're going to go talk to Jane.
Good health to you.
You're probably interested in what Thomas was hiding, aren't you?
I certainly am interested, especially in how you came to know.
I saw it as it fell out of his pouch, and,
Show it to me.
isn't this your brother's scarf?
That's it. Where did you get it?
As I said, Thomas had it.
He did? And what did he have to say about that?
Nothing. I came straight to you.
Oh. I suppose I'll have to decide what to do about it. But I'm grateful you brought this, and maybe... Never mind.
What is it?
I was thinking you could go to him and tell him I have the scarf, but I think I'll handle it another way.
As you wish. I'll go then.
God bless.
Okay, now she's going to put her broom down, I think, and then she's going to go confront Thomas here. And she showed him the scarf, and then he runs off. Now, sometimes they will get locked into a conversation. It's a pre-programmed one. And he'll stay here while they have that conversation, and then he'll run off afterward. But either way, he'll take off. Let's talk to Matthew.
Jesus, what have you been up to?
Problem solved. He won't bother you again.
Really? How'd you pull it off?
I found out he has a soft spot, and I gave it a good poke.
I'd love to know what you found out about him.
It doesn't matter. But it was enough for him to pack his things and disappear.
Jesus, it must have been something terrible. So he's really gone?
Yes. Now it's just you, so try not to misbehave.
You know us. We'd never do that. Thank you kindly, Henry. We owe you again. Here, it's not much, but it's all we have. Goodbye.
Okay, and you're going to get 175 groschen from that. So, and that's going to complete a friend indeed. Okay, now these quests are going to continue on with them, but for now we're going to go look at something else. And up here in Sasau at the blacksmith, you can see we have another icon.
Yeah.
And he's here. Okay, and this should be Fink.
God grant you health. How may I help you?
Any chance of some work?
Well, come to think, there is one rather delicate matter to attend to. A while ago, a holy man came by here. He said he'd come from the Holy Land, and he was selling various relics he'd collected on his travels to pay his way.
I see.
Well, I heard he had some fragments of a sacred sword that once belonged to the fabled Czech Queen of Sheba. But by the time he reached me, he had no pieces left of the sword. All he had was some dubious wares, splinters from our Lord's cross, thorns from the crown, nothing of interest to me.
And where did the pieces of the sword go?
He sold them off to swordsmiths and blacksmiths hereabouts. They just keep them lying around at home for good luck. If I had them, I'd forge them back into a sword. Can you even imagine what power it would command? If you could get me all the pieces of the sword, I'd repay you very handsomely.
Are you sure the Queen of Sheba's a Czech queen?
Who else would she be? Have you not heard of her? Our some priest. She's in the Bible.
Uh-huh. Isn't it a bit strange that some pilgrim would have something so valuable?
Are you suggesting he might have been lying? Well, people aren't to be trusted, but this is nothing to joke about. God would smite him in a flash if he made light of holy relics that way.
What kind of power did this sword have?
What do you think? It brought its bearer good luck in combat and protection from enemies.
Where can I find the powers?
Like I said, the smith hereabouts bought them from him. They say the largest piece is with the Ratai swordsmith. The bastard probably won't want to sell. But if you manage to swipe it somehow...
I could do with a sword like that. What if you sold it to me?
Well, everything has its price. But this one would be expensive. Getting hold of the bits is one thing. Forging them back together is quite another. That tinkerer from Ratai couldn't manage it.
Well, it does sound very interesting. I'll ask them and see what I can do.
Excellent. You'll see you won't regret it. I'll pay you well.
Okay, and that's going to start the quest, the Queen of Sheba's Sword. Now, this one is going to take you kind of all over the map here. And you can see in our inventory, we already have a piece. If you remember, we got that piece from from Pikmin when during the was it the Aquarius quest line, I think, when we got him a job carrying water. This was the reward that we got from him. Now you can, if you didn't do that with him, you can break into the blacksmith of Rate's house, and in one of his back rooms up on a shelf, this thing is just sitting there, and you can pick it up. It's pretty easy to pick the lock on his door at night and get in there, but we already got that one, so we need to find the 4 other pieces, like the objective just states. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a 3-minute break here, and we're going to give everybody a chance to get up, use the facilities. I'm going to give my voice a break and get some water, and we'll be back, and we'll start off trying to collect the pieces of the sword. So I'll see you in just a few minutes. Okay, welcome back, everybody. So, as I said before we took our little break there, we are going to go collect some sword pieces. And the first one that we're going to do is right near us here. Okay, we've already been there. as part of the Rattled quest line. And his son is
Henry,
here,
I'm
which
glad
is
you
going to be
came.
a problem. Maybe, maybe not. Because his son does take a while to load the wood. Okay, so let's wait. Two things. We opened his door previously to get access to his inventory here. And it's not in there. And it's not in there, so I have to pickpocket it from him. So let's wait for his son to turn around. Him to turn around. So where is it?
How's it going? Good luck then.
Oh, no, this is not the right one. No, that's not the right one. The one we want is in here. I think. Now I have to remember where he is. I think I have to get to him through one of these doors. Yeah, not that one. Yeah, now I have to remember this because I can't remember. It's not him. It might be. Maybe it's one of the other. No, I could swear that was him. No, it's not. It's not. This is, yeah, that's not the people that we went to see during the Rattled quest. The blacksmith from the Rattled quest is the ones that we need to, are the ones that we need to talk to. And now I just have to remember where they are. They might be back there with the other blacksmiths that we just talked to. Just in a different spot in that same area. I honestly can't remember where he's at now. Because I thought he was thought this is where he lived. Okay, and that's the miller. He's not in here. Yeah, that's the alchemy bench. Okay, chat. Where is blacksmith Zach at? Where is he at? Because this is not him. Oh, wait a minute. Zach is up in Pribyslavitz. Right? We sent him up to Pribyslavitz. That's why I can't find him here. I was like, wait a minute. I forgot about that. In my personal playthrough, I had done this quest way, way earlier. And I hadn't sent in to Pribyslavitz yet. Alright, Em, you have a good day. Thanks for being here. I do appreciate it. And yeah, I hope to see you then. Okay, so the blacksmith is here. And there's Zach.
Hey, Henry's come. God almighty. Has something
The swordsmith from the town said he was after the pieces of...
I know he's after those, but he's out of luck. He should have bought it while he had the chance. I still have mine on me. It brings me good fortune, and I shan't sell it.
Not even...
Not even for a king's ransom.
Okay, so he's not going to want to sell it.
I'll have to get something to eat. I'm starting to get hungry.
And trying to get it from him right now is going to be quite impossible with her sitting right there. Okay. So what we need to do is wait. For nighttime. And I don't know where he goes at night. I don't know if he sleeps here, if he sleeps somewhere else. Because I have not done this while he's here. Okay, so it is nighttime. There's the guard. I don't see Zach out here anywhere. So let's pickpocket or pick our way in here. And let's save. Before we do this. Okay. So nobody's in here. So let's see if I can lockpick his very hard chest here. Okay, this is his inventory. I don't know if it's going to be here or not. It's not. So I have to pickpocket him. So now I have to find him. So where does he sleep? He might sleep there. He might just be up here at the tavern. There he is.
Feeling better?
So I can't pickpocket him here. Let's wait until much later in the evening. And we'll see if he goes back to his place and goes to sleep. They might go to sleep on the benches in there once it turns late at night. Okay, so everybody's gone. Okay, so they are in here. There's the guard. And there he is. So let's try and pickpocket him. Okay. Got it. And got out clean. Okay, so let's go up and we will sleep
Could
through
do
the
with a
night
bite to
because I
eat.
think that's it. We can pickpocket, I think, the blacksmith and Ledechko. You can pickpocket, but you can also buy it. And we have so much gold that I'm not too worried about it, so I'll probably just buy it. So let's look at books. Okay, see if we can read the Rule of St. Nicholas 3. Don't know if we can. We can't. Okay, so we'll just go to sleep here. Sleep through the night. My nourishment's going to be so low that I may have to eat out of 2 different pots. But that gets us the second piece of the Queen of Sheba's sword. So next we're going to go over to Talmberg. While we're here, let's go see how much money the town has made for us. We'll eat while we're here. Like I said, I think we might have to eat out of 2 pots. Oh no, we're close. See how much money the town has made us? 35,000 groschen. So, yeah, like I say, not too worried about money when we're making, what, 2,120 groschen every day off of this place. So, okay, so let's call our horse and we will ride to Talmberg. Short little trip, we'll work our way from north to south. Okay, now the Talmberg blacksmith here, there is no marker for a blacksmith, so to speak. However, we have an activity giver over here. Let's head down. Because in the western side of town over here, across the bridge, move. Okay, this is our house that we're looking for right here. It's got the cross out in front of it. Okay, but this is the one that we're looking for. And him and his wife will roam around this place. So I need to see where she is. I don't see her. Okay, I think that's her over there. So let's quickly lockpick here. And then it's this door here. Okay, and then it's right back here sitting on top of this barrel. Let's quickly make our way out. Well, you know, while we're here, steal some food. Alright. He doesn't, like I say, he doesn't have a marker on the map. That's his wife. You can wait for her to take off to gather some water and wait for him to go back into the back and tend his gardens. And the house should be pretty well open, but she will be cooking inside sometimes, so you kind of have to watch out. Just be patient. Okay, so next we're going to head to Rattay. And the blacksmith in Rattay would be the one that you would talk to if you didn't already have the piece from the Pikmin. So we need to go to the swordsmith in Rattay, but on our way down we're going to stop at Ledechko. Okay, now the blacksmith is on the south side.
Yeah.
And the blacksmith at Ledechko is going to give us there's two things that we can do here. Did I already pass it? Yes, I did. It's right here. So the first is that we can buy the Queen of Sheba sword piece from him.
Good day.
You can pickpocket it.
I've heard that some time ago a pilgrim from the Holy Land was selling a few relics. Did he come by here and offer you part of a sword?
Would it surprise you if I said yes? Why do you ask?
I'd buy the piece from you.
Well, why not? I don't know why I let myself get bamboozled into buying it. It's quite useless, and I can't say I've had good luck ever since.
Okay, so he wants 200. We'll just give it to him.
Farewell.
And we got the Queen of Sheba sword piece from him. Now, he has a quest here that we are going to maybe come back and do after we're done here. But let's put that on hold for a second, and we will head directly south into Rattay. And we're going to go to the Rattay swordsmith.
Are you blind for Christ's sake?
Okay, who's right here around the corner. Now, you don't have to talk to him. You're going to have to steal this. And we have a very hard lock up here. I'm going to save this. You can get seen from the street here in some really weird ways. Okay, and contrary to popular belief, it's neither of these chests. It's this easy chest here against the wall. And there it is. Okay, it's weird. We've got these very hard chests and hard chests out here. One of them is shop inventory. That one, I believe. Or this one, I believe. And just watch out for her. She will put a serious crimp in your thievery parade. Okay, and now we're going to head back to Fink. Okay, who's right over here. And we need to head back this way.
That's all.
Yeah.
Oh, it's farther down. It's over here. That's right. Down to the left and around the end.
My breath is short, my feet are sore, I buy a horse that I am poor. The sun may burn, the sun may shine.
This is
but you
Mikesh.
with a darling mine.
He's the swordsmith. He's here. Yeah, he's not the blacksmith. The swordsmith. this.
What do you need?
It took quite some doing, but I have all the pieces.
Really? Well, that is marvelous. Give it to me, and I'll get to work right away. And here's your money. And if you want to see the result, come by tomorrow. I should have it done by then.
Fine. Thanks.
God be with you.
Okay, now we really do have to wait until tomorrow to see it. And it's 24 hours. It is not tomorrow, as in the morning. So I'll have to wait until at least 1600 tomorrow to be able to come back here and take a look at it and see what it is. Okay. In the meantime, we're going to go look at the quest that I just mentioned to you. Okay. So let's head out here. And we're going to head down to Ledechko again. And we're going to go to that activity giver marker that you see on the map. Okay, now with this quest, it's important to do a couple of things. You don't want to start this quest until you are ready to finish it. Okay, and you don't want to have conversations with Mikesh, who we just saw a second ago, until you've started this.
Good health to you.
Is something troubling you?
I wouldn't say it's troubling me exactly, my boy, but I've heard talk about the Sasso blacksmith and I'm losing sleep over.
What talk might that be?
They say they've heard him chanting when he tempers steel, and that nothing of his ever breaks.
Using spells to strengthen steel? That sounds like old wives' tales to me.
That's what they say. They say he's always muttering something, and if anyone catches him at it, he stops at once and gives them dirty looks.
Maybe he's just praying.
Well, he's getting help of some sort, whether it's prayers or something less holy.
Well, if it's troubling you, go and have a look for yourself.
Easy for you to say. I have too much work to do. And anyway, I can't just turn up asking questions. He wouldn't tell me anything.
And, how could I help with that?
Simple enough. Go there and find out if there's any grain of truth in it.
I suppose asking costs nothing.
Just don't ask him outright about any sorcery.
Don't worry, I'm not that daft.
Good, good. And don't worry. You won't be the poorer for it. Once you find out what's what, I'll find a way to recompense you.
All right. I'll go and see if there's anything to the stories.
Good. But be subtle about it. Don't go embarrassing yourself. Or me.
And that's going to start Tricks of the Trade. Now, Tricks of the Trade is a little special in that there's a hidden stat here. And it's a stat that I cannot stand. So we're going to head back over to Sasso. Okay, we're going to turn around and we're going to go right back where we were. To talk to, or not talk to, but listen to, first, the blacksmith.
The sunset. Kuttenberg is far, far away. Kuttenberg is far, here I'll stay. My breath is short, my feet are sore. I'd buy a horse, but I am poor. The sun may burn, the sun may shine, but you'll not wither, darling mine. Now, for the last time. The sun, he hides behind a cloud. His heat goes cold and his fire goes out. He drowned the fish and broke its neck, threw it down upon the deck. Fry your fish, the fish head's best, fishy thighs and fishy breast.
Okay. And then he starts hammering. Now, find out the truth about the blacksmith's so-called sorcery. Okay, is the only option that we have here to start with. What you need to do is listen to his entire little ditty that he sings / chants. And we missed the very first line of it, I think.
So, from the beginning. The sun sets out across the skies. He loses his way, to the forge he flies. Kuttenberg is far, far away. Kuttenberg is far, here I'll stay. My breath is short, my feet are sore. I'd buy a horse, but I am poor. The sun may burn, the sun may shine, but you'll not wither, darling mine. Now, for the last time. The sun, he hides behind a cloud. His heat goes cold and his fire goes out. He drowned the fish and broke its neck, threw it down upon the deck. Fry your fish, the fish head's best, fishy thighs and fishy breast.
And that's it. And you need to know what that is. Okay? Now, before you talk to him, there is a skill called maintenance, which helps you repair your own items. Okay? I cannot stand this mechanic. It is the dumbest mechanic I have ever run into in a video game. And especially on mouse and keyboard, it's one of those things on mouse and keyboard that's harder than on controller. Lockpicking is easier on mouse and keyboard than it is on controller, but maintenance on controller is easier than it is on mouse and keyboard. Maintenance is what you get by sitting down at a grindstone. Okay, and Stinger has 100% health right now, so I don't even think I can do it. Oh, I can, because I can ruin it.
So,
and you move your mouse up and down to change the angle. You move it side to side to move the position. You use your right mouse button to apply more or use your mouse wheel to apply more pressure and less pressure, and use the pedal to turn the grindstone. And you have to do all of this simultaneously while watching the sword and seeing sparks come out of it. And if the sparks come out of it, then you're doing good, but if smoke comes out of it, you're doing bad. And you can ruin the repair on the sword just as easy as you can repair it. Like I say, and as you move side to side, the angle changes. So you have to kind of move your mouse at an angle to keep it at the correct angle to the grindstone as you move the position side to side. It is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. So I am never, that's why you see it is still at 1. It's going to stay at 1. It is never going to move off of 1. Because if it moves off of 1, it will prove to me that this is not the stupidest skill in the game. But since it is the stupidest skill in the game, it's going to stay at level 1. So, that rant aside, when you talk to the blacksmith here, if you have a maintenance skill of at least 12, you'll be able to do the optional here, which is to pass the speech check and convince him
My breath is short, my feet are sore, I'd buy a horse.
that you
without a
know
call.
blacksmith stuff like he
The sun may
does,
burn, the sun may shine,
and
but do not wither, darling
he will
mine.
tell you the secret of how he
last
forges
time.
stuff. Okay,
The
we don't
sun
have a
he
maintenance level
hides
skill or maintenance skill
behind
of
the
12.
cloud,
We can
his
pass
heat
the
goes
speech
cold,
check,
his
but there's a
fire
hidden
goes
number,
out.
the maintenance level of
He drowned
12
the fish and broke
to
the
make it
snake,
pass. If you
so
don't have it, doesn't matter if
dead.
if you have a highest speech skill or not, you will
Private
not
fish
pass it.
fish
You'll
heads
fail.
best, fishy thighs and
So
fishy
let's talk
breast.
to him.
Good God, you look terrible. Did someone attack you?
I've heard it said that you're a warlock.
What? Why the fuck would they say that?
They say when you temper steel, you chant spells, and then nothing of yours ever breaks.
Spells? That's a good one. It's no spell, just a rhyme to time myself so I don't hold the steel hair too long.
Okay, so that's all you need to know.
They say you're the best blacksmith in the whole region. That metal you've tempered never breaks.
Ah, nothing but old wives' tales. Of course some of my pieces have broken, but only ever here, at the smithy.
No one's ever returned anything for you to rework, though, have they?
Not that I recall, but I can't remember everything.
Here's the speech check. So you can see that we have more than enough to pass it. 16 to 2 on speech over there.
Father was a blacksmith all my life. He always stoked up the furnace till it roared gently, and you could smell the heated iron. Then he plunged it into the water, and that was that.
Fine words and no mistake.
Wait.
I do it a little differently. I heat until the metal is 2-3 shades short of bright yellow. I ease up on the bellows, and after a Lord's Prayer and a Hail Mary, off it goes into the water.
It's strange to think that I'll never help him out with it again. Our forge will stay burned out forever, unless I go back to the trade myself.
It would be a shame not to, lad. Working iron is a worthwhile thing. Godly. It makes life easier for folk. And, let's be honest, you can make a decent living doing it.
That's not it. I failed this in my personal playthrough with the exact same. I actually have a higher speech stat in my personal playthrough, and I failed it, and I couldn't figure out why. So I went and read a guide on it, and the guide told me that you had to have a maintenance skill of 12.
And is that all? There's nothing else you do with it?
Well, that depends. I heat it up again after that, but not so it starts to glow. I just hold it like this at the edge of the furnace for a while, and then quench it again.
You quench twice?
Yes, although there's less quenching needed the second time, it doesn't get quite so hot.
And how does that help?
I don't rightly know. I found out about it by chance. I got caught short, needed to piss so bad I left the rod resting by the furnace by mistake. That's how I found out if you quench twice, it doesn't break as easily. No idea why, but I've tried it enough times to know it works.
I'd like to ask you about the tempering process.
And I'd say I've nothing much to tell you. You just need an eye for it and a furnace.
Let's stop talking about tempering.
Okay, so that was weird. I've never actually seen that passed before. What does the quest journal say? Okay, so it says I need to go back with word of the tempering process. Because there are two ways to go about doing it. You can either not pass that check, you don't find out about the tempering process, and then you have to repeat that song or that rhyme back to them word for word. Okay, and then you'll pass it. Or you can pass the speech check and you'll tell him about the tempering process, which is the real way behind it, and you'll complete the quest. I have never completed it this way. Because, like I say, I have never been able to pass that speech check. So it's just very, very weird. I'm gonna head across the bridge and wait out the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very strange. And when I get up, I'll need to replenish my Savior Schnapps. Okay, so let's head out of here. Eat on the way out. And we're gonna head to Ledechko. And go turn this in. I'm gonna get stopped. Okay, I'll scout this. I think this is probably an ambush spot.
There's plenty of coin in it. And it's safe as houses. I've got this plan. Quick! Quick! Come on, then! Get away!
Is that all?
Hell
Yeah.
So it just doesn't trigger until I get down off my horse.
Yeah.
That's a bad spot to get ambushed in right there. Okay, so let's head south across the river. And the blacksmith is right here.
Good day to you.
Master Blacksmith, I think I know how the tempering gets done in Sasau.
And what have you found out? Don't keep me on tenterhooks. Out with it.
He heats it up to red, 3 steps away from yellow, and then stops heating, says the Lord's Prayer, and quenches.
I'll be damned. That's pretty much what I do too. Except I just count.
I'm just saying what I found out.
That's as may be. But there must be something else he does differently if he does the quenching just like I do.
He said he repeats the tempering straight after, but only warming up the iron, so it never even turns red.
Tempering twice in a row? Why would he do that?
He said it happened by chance once, and he noticed it made everything stronger, so now he does it that way all the time.
Well, there's no harm in trying it out, is there?
Are you satisfied?
You did what I asked of you, so I'm at your service. And here's something to keep you going.
Okay, and that's going to complete the Tricks of the Trade quest. And like I say, for me, that's a new way of completing it. I have never seen that before. Okay, so now what we need to do is head to Sasau. Get ambushed again. Turn around and head back to Swordsmith Bank, and we're just gonna we're gonna pass time outside of his shop until 1600. Okay, so no. I need swordsmith. Here.
God be with you.
So, have you forged the sword?
I certainly have.
And?
It's wondrous. Even I can feel its power. I think this is my life's greatest work. I'll never make anything to match it. Do you want to buy it?
To buy? I thought it meant the world to you.
Well, yes. But now that I have it, it seems a shame to just leave it lying about. A sword such as this is for chivalrous deeds, and I'm no warrior.
About that sword.
Okay, and now if you go trade, we'll take sharp as a knife 3. And there's the Queen of Sheba's sword. Now, the stats on Queen of Sheba's sword for stab damage and slash damage are really good. 65 and 65. You go down to Razor, it has 64 slash damage, but drops down to 46 stab damage. And that's normally how long swords and short swords differ, is that the stats are going to be normally one higher than the other. Say slash at 34, stab at 11. So the lower level ones can be the same, like Stalwart here, but normally they're going to be one that's over higher or lower. The Queen of Sheba sword with both at 65 is some of the highest base damage in the game. There's a problem with it though. And can you see it? And that's right here. A durability of 10. This sword has the worst durability of almost anything. And I don't mean any other sword. I mean anything. Armor, clothing piece, food, lockpicks, anything in the game. It has almost the lowest durability of any object, with a durability of 10. You will break this thing in combat every single time that you use it. Now, why would you use it then? Well, it's got a charisma of 18 on it, which can be quite useful, depending upon what your loadout is and that sort of stuff. So that's something to keep in mind, is that if you want to use it purely as a for show sword, then that charisma stat is pretty good. The other thing that you can do is there's actually a perk in the game called Rusty Edge. Okay. So basically what it does is that the more damage your sword has, the greater your chance of poisoning your opponent when you hit him. Even if you don't have poison applied to your weapon, you can have a high chance of poisoning them with a low durability weapon. And since this thing will break so fast, and the percentage durability goes down so fast, you can almost always poison your opponents with it. Now, the poison effect that you get basically reduces their health by half. It takes it down by 50. So it can make extended fights a lot easier to deal with by dropping their health. The other thing that Rusty Edge does is that if you do apply poison to your weapon, the chances of it being applied drop. They go up. So it's like, I think it's a 50% increase in chance of being able to apply that poison that you coated your weapon with to the enemy. So if you applied like the Bane poison or something like that, which does 100 health damage, then having a broken Queen of Sheba's sword on you and the Rusty Edge perk with that applied can do some serious damage. Now, the Queen of Sheba's sword, because the damage is so high, even when you break it completely, the damage doesn't drop low enough that it makes it useless. You're still doing a good amount of damage. I think you're still doing 40 damage or something like that with it. So you're still inflicting damage. It's just really the Bane potion or Dollmaker potion or something like that is what you're really going for if you're going to go that way. But if you are going to go the Rusty Edge perk and fight that way, the Queen of Sheba's sword is why it's there for you, with that really low durability. So I'm gonna buy this. Just to have it. And with 2.5k, I'll haggle over that.
Well,
Since it's you,
that's not an... Aye.
Okay, now I'm not ever going to use this thing. It's just one of those unique items that you can get that I like to keep on hand. Okay. So now if we look at our quest lines here, we don't have anything really going on. But there is something that we can do, and you see we have a marker now at the end of the glade.
We've met before, haven't we?
come to think, yes, we have.
So, you know how it goes. The bet is 5 groschen. I'll give you a riddle, and if you guess right, you get double. If not, the groschen are mine. So, what do you say?
Sure, why not?
That sounds good.
I like riddles.
Pay close attention. There was once a merchant who had a magic pouch. When the merchant put 1 coin in it and waited overnight, he found 2 coins in it the next day. So he waited until the following morning, and lo and behold, there were now 4 coins. And the morning after that, there were 8, and so on and so forth. After 60 days, the pouch was completely full. My question's this. In how many days would the pouch have filled up if the merchant had put in 2 coins instead of 1 on the first day?
Okay, this is a trick question because there were 2 coins in it on the second day, and it took 60 days. So if you put 2 coins in it the first day, it would take 59 days.
59.
That's right. It may seem that the pouch will fill in only half the time, but in fact, you will save only the first day when the 1 coin multiplied to become 2. Well, what can I do? Here's your 10 groschen. Spend them as best you can. Maybe we'll meet up again sometime.
We may well do so. Thank you.
I like this guy. And I don't know about these riddles, by the way. I'm just looking at them in real time with y'all. But I do like riddles and puzzles. Now, I think I have a room here. I do. I've got the bed icon.
Good day to you.
Oh, remember this one?
Have you seen a worn-out old whore who usually stands outside here?
She disappeared yesterday and hasn't been back since. I heard her former husband was found dead at home with his balls chopped off and his wife strangled and her eyes scratched out and the house ransacked and robbed.
Oh, fuck.
They say it looks like a butcher's yard there. No one can say for sure if the old bitch had anything to do with it. But I'll wager the shirt on my back you won't be seeing her around here again.
We won't be seeing her around here again because we actually killed her before she did all of that. This is just the quote-unquote results of it, but it couldn't have really happened because she wasn't the one who did it. I'm actually gonna wait on that and see. I thought they were here.
I feel quite hungry.
How's trade? Any trouble around these parts?
Around here? It's those two idiots bother me the most. Don't you know them? I reckon you do. Take care.
And he said those two idiots. Oh, there they are. Fritz is now here. And Matthew is around here somewhere. I don't see him though. I'm going to wait an hour and see if he spawns in. Or do I need to talk to Fritz?
How's it going? Good money, eh?
What? What money?
Oh, look, yeah, go and talk to Matthew first.
Well, all right.
Okay. But I thought, so where's Matthew at? Yeah, it looks like he's inside. I just didn't... Oh, maybe he's up here. Yeah, he's here. Okay, come on out here, please. Come on. Let's go.
Here's your share.
My share of what? What the hell are you on about?
Well, that thing with Thomas, somehow his ring ended up with us.
Are you out of your tiny mind? If anyone finds out you robbed him, we'll all be fucked.
Take it easy. It wasn't theft exactly. We all know he stole that ring himself. So if it comes out, he'll be in the shit too. He'll keep his mouth shut.
Where'd you find someone willing to buy and not ask too many questions?
It wasn't easy. Then Fritz thought of Andrew.
And how did it go with him?
Well, first he didn't seem too keen. But when he saw the ring, he bought it off us. Actually, I'm not surprised. After all, we'll spend all the money on booze here anyway.
What now? What will you do next?
Now that you mention it...
Out with it then. What have you thought up now?
I can't help myself. It's force of habit. We tried to be good at Sasau.
So good that you punched a novice in the mouth.
Exactly. We broke our backs working in the mill.
While you eyed up the miller's daughter.
And they drove us out. The only worthwhile thing we did recently was give that wastrel a thrashing, take his ring, and sell it to Andrew.
I'm not sure I like where you're going with this.
And where's that? No one in the country gives a damn about the law. And if we knock some thief over the head in the woods, or ambush some wagon with supplies for Sigismund's soldiers, I won't lose any sleep over it.
It's still robbery?
Wake up, for Christ's sake! It's war! They skewered your parents, didn't they? They fucking burned down our fucking village, didn't they? Don't you give a damn about that?
You know I do.
And now, there's a herd of swine ransacking Skalitz. Those fuckers are trampling over the ashes of Jeremiah, and Desmond, and Siegfried, and Tristan.
It's not right.
I can't let it go, Hal. Even if I have to do it on my own, I'll put the fear of God into those bastards.
You won't be alone.
I knew we could rely on you, Hal. I knew it.
So, what's the plan?
Well, I thought Andrew the innkeeper here could help us, but he's nervous. Best ask Fritz. He sorted out selling the ring, and he knows Andrew better.
All right, I'll do that.
That's going to start the Masquerade Quest.
I was wondering, did we all get equal shares?
No, you got less, but still plenty.
Hey, you can't... He's not going to give you any more. Doesn't matter how
Well-
much you try.
All right then.
Hey, how'd you get so fucked up?
I hear you've got a plan to fleece the local villains.
Be nice, wouldn't it? Otherwise we soon won't have a pot to piss in.
And the innkeeper here could lend a helping hand.
Exactly.
So what's the problem?
He reckons we're not up to it. You should try and talk him into it. You were always good at that. Oh, and tell him I sent you, so he doesn't send you packing.
Do you know how I might set about convincing Andrew?
Mention money.
That's all.
Aye. Our friend the innkeeper's as greedy as they come. Goodbye.
Okay, so now we need to go talk to Andrew.
Fritz sent me. I'd like to talk about...
Ah, you'd like some wine from my cellar? I have it right here, in the back.
That's right. Show me the way.
Good luck to you.
You don't want to have these conversations in public.
So, Fritz sent you, did he?
Aye. This was his idea.
Look, lad, I'm fond of Fritz. I knew his old man, but Matthew, he's insane. Robbing people,
Only those that deserve it.
And you think his lordship won't mind? Have you any idea the kind of shit you can get into? I don't believe you're up to it.
Why don't you believe us?
Okay, so we have enough to convince him.
There's 4 of us, and there's a fucking war on. If we're careful, no one will catch us.
We'll see if you're up to it. You'll need a disguise.
What disguise?
Use your head. You can never be sure no one will see you.
Nah, that's true. We'll have to put on some other clothes, or...
Dress up as humans.
What?
It's obvious, isn't it? Everyone knows they're looting. If someone's robbed by humans, no one will investigate.
That's true. But I'll have to get some human clothes.
A captain's. And 3 sets of them.
What?
On account of the helmets. No one will recognize you with them on.
And where the hell am I supposed to get it?
There's gangs of humans around Skeletons. I've got a good idea where to find them from. Passers-by.
I'm supposed to attack a human camp.
A minute ago, you were full of yourself. And now, all of a sudden, you've lost your nerve.
But the whole fucking camp.
Scouts are deserters. Most likely the ones who are trying to skive off or take easy pickings. And even humans have to sleep.
Okay, now we need to get 3 human disguises. Okay. And Andrew has very helpfully given us locations on where to go find some camps. Okay. I can't remember if I did this or not. But yes, we saved some human disguises. Okay, so we have a captain's helmet, we have 3 heavy lamellar armors, and the last were the ornamented crookshanks, or shikshanks? Yes, shishanks. So now you can see that we have updated the objective for all 3 of those. And we don't have to go fighting at those camps at all. Okay, because those are all optional. We've already got a hold of all that we need.
I've got them. 3 full outfits.
What? Everything?
Okay, so there's the lamellar armor. And there are the 3 faceplates, or helmets with faceplates.
The whole bloody lot.
Well then, let's see how you look in it. Oh. Is that it? It's a bit...
Ordinary?
Are you serious? I got it straight from the fucking humans.
Oh, it's not exactly, terrifying, is it?
It's about as frightening as my aunt's speckled hen.
They just don't look much like a human to me.
Have any of you actually seen a human?
What? Do you mean close up?
Don't be daft.
Miramir's described them many times.
Everyone knows humans are monstrous. They're barbarians. Pagans.
Whereas you look like a little boy playing at soldiers.
And just who the hell is Miramir?
He's a regular in my tavern. He works as a caravan guard, and he knows what he's talking about. He's been eye to eye with a human, and he's lived to tell the tale. You can ask him yourself.
What do they know?
Oi, Henry. Take that ridiculous thing off before anyone sees you, eh?
Okay, so they don't quite believe that that's a human disguise, even though we took it right from humans. Okay, so now we need to go talk to some other people and find out what a real, quote-unquote, human looks like. And we're gonna wait out the night. While we're here, we've got Sharp as a Knife 3, and this is probably going to up my maintenance skill. Yeah, so I don't have enough to read it, and the Rule of St. Nicholas 3 I can't read. So let's go put those back in my... Okay, and now we'll head to sleep. Alright, so let's head out and grab some food. Oh yeah, I forgot that they don't open up until later. Oh, come on. You're keeping banker's hours now. There we go. Nope. All right. So let's head out here and look at our quest journal. Okay, and for Masquerade, we need to find out from Millimere what a real human looks like. And actually, I think Millimere's inside here. There he is.
God be with you.
They tell me you've seen a lot of humans. They say you'd recognize one even in the dark.
I certainly would. Buy me a drink and I'll tell you stories that will make your hair curl.
Here you go.
Thanks. What's your name anyway?
Henry.
Anyway, not long ago, I was escorting a goods caravan all the way from Vienna, when all of a sudden, a terrible storm came down. Hail, lightning, snow, the works.
Snow? In summer?
Don't interrupt. Where was I? Oh, that's right, the storm. We strayed off the path. Couldn't see the ground beneath our feet. And all of a sudden, we heard singing. In the distance, we saw a fire in the clearing, with malevolent creatures ranged around it, singing demonic songs.
These malevolent creatures didn't mind the snow. Wouldn't they have preferred to sing somewhere warm?
Be quiet. Anyway, as if in a trance, we walked towards the fire. And at that moment, we saw them. Were those hideous creatures monsters or demons, you ask? No. They were humans. And a bunch of infants, crying and sniffling.
So, someone was feeling the cold. I'd have been shivering too. Snow doesn't do me any good, especially in summer.
And those devilish creatures were drinking the blood of babies and fornicating with she-devils. We stood there paralysed with fear until I, and I alone, managed to break out of the spell. I can tell you, I never ran so fast in my life. I was the only one to escape. Since that time, I've been able to do nothing but sit here. I can't work since that awful shock. I'm probably still under a spell.
Yeah, undoubtedly. Probably a spell of laziness. Listen, Millimere, what you just said is complete and utter bollocks from start to finish.
What the hell would you know about it, peasant?
I'm from fucking Skalitz. I watched those bastards butchering my kith and kin with my own eyes.
You might have said that before. I could have saved the yarn for someone who'd appreciate it.
Where did you hear this nonsense? Who's been spreading all these rumours about how frightening the humans look?
Oh, the people from around these parts. Brown, the charcoal burner told me about them. He lives in the woods near here. Then there's Olener, the wife of the Talmberg fisherman. And young Vashek, a stable boy at the stud farm in Ushitz. He saw them too.
Okay, so he doesn't really know anything about humans, so now we need to find 3 individuals here. And the first one that we're going to go look for is Bran. Now, Bran is up here at the charcoal kilns.
Yeah.
So we're going to follow the road up.
Yeah.
Hang a right over the bridge. And immediately hang a left. And now we find Bran.
Good God. You look terrible. Did someone attack you?
They say you know what humans look like.
I do. Once when I was going alone through the dark woods.
That's of no interest to me.
But...
Look, save the tall tales to impress the wenches. I'm not interested.
Well... They're decked out in raven feathers because...
Well, so a black hen would do.
But that wouldn't have magical powers.
Right.
Goodbye.
Okay, so he says they're decked out in raven feathers, and I'm like, yeah, okay. How about we just use black chicken feathers instead? So now we're going to head to Talmberg.
Yeah.
I can't remember where Olene is.
What in the...
Here she is.
Mother of God. You look like you've been assaulted.
They say you know about humans.
Fangs. They wear wolves' fangs to make themselves invisible in the dark. And they can creep around like beasts of prey, as sneaky as death.
That was quick.
Fangs. Goodbye.
So, wolf fangs. And I'm sure we're thinking like, we'll get a hold of any boar tusk or animal teeth or something like that instead. Because we don't believe in any of this. And now we have to go over to Ushitz to see Vashik. And we can probably just do this ourselves. So we're going to head across the bridge. Yeah, not that bridge. I was like, wait a minute, something doesn't seem right. Across this bridge and I head straight out. Yep. I don't leave very often going this way. And we have to go through the huntsman's place and out the back. And while we're here, where is this nest? Gonna be in one of these low trees, I'm pretty sure. There it is. Nope, that's not it. There it is, right there. Okay, so all we found was a lockpick. You need to keep your eye out for nests, because nests can have raven feathers in them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so now we'll go talk to Vashik. And we're at the back side of the stables now. Now, Vashik is one of these skilled laborers that you may have recruited for Pribyslavitz if you weren't paying attention to getting the quote-unquote best ones from a money aspect.
Look
so
out.
he may be in Pribyslavitz.
Good health to you.
I hear you can tell me something about humans.
No, sir. My master would whip me for telling tall tales again. But really, it's all true.
I won't hit you. Just tell me, is it the truth?
Really, sir. I still see them every time I try to sleep.
Aha. All right. So what do the humans wear?
They wear the skins of dogs hunted down in the night, so no weapon can hurt them.
Right. Thanks. I found that horse you lost.
Really?
Yes, really.
Thank for all the saints. I was just about to start packing my things. I'll let you wed my daughter if I had one. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Just take more care next time.
I will.
And that was from the horse that bolted a long time ago. Now, we already have a groom for Privoslavitz, so we don't need another one. Okay, and he told us that we needed the skin of dogs killed at night. So, rather strange. So here's what we're going to do. This is a good point to end the live stream today. And what we're going to do is, there are two ways to complete this quest. One, you can get all of the fake materials. Okay. So you can get some black feathers. You can find those in hen houses. Or you can get the actual raven feathers, which you can get from nests in the trees, and I'm not sure if you can get them from like the alchemist ladies out in the woods or not. I'm not sure. I'll have to look into that. Get some animal teeth. You can get any animal teeth from either hunting them if you have the antlers perk, or you can buy them from huntsmen, and also I think from the alchemist ladies, or you can get wolf fangs, which you can buy from alchemists. Get hold of a dog skin, and this is a specific dog skin. You can get a regular dog skin just by going out and killing a dog. If you kill the dog during the night, that's a different optional, and the game actually knows the difference. So if you can get the optional ones for the authentic ones, or the ones that are easier to procure, you get two different rewards at the end of this. Now, neither one of them matter. So you don't have to spend a whole lot of time doing it if you don't want to. But there are two different rewards. And all it is really is a name difference. And that's it. So if you want to go the easy route or the hard route, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to go the hard route here, and we'll kind of go through that route tomorrow or next week, and you'll kind of see how it plays out. So with that note, I can't save because I didn't do what I said I was going to do. So I'm going to get ready to save and quit, because I didn't fill up on Save Your Schnapps like I said I was going to. So, and Jacob, thanks for showing up. I apologize. Who's the groom for Privoslavitz? Boy, that's a good question. Let me think. I can actually tell you real quick. Hold on, actually. So I have Mark from Zora's Quest. Zora is outside of Neuhof, and I raced her horse in one of the quests and won, and then I went through as part of that, I learned that Mark he ran away, and I convinced Zora to let him come back, and as such, I could then recruit him to be the groom at Privoslavitz, and I think it's only like 10 groschen difference or something like that, but he's the best one to get when I did it. So, and sorry I didn't see you when you came in, but thank you for being here. I apologize for that. I was too busy talking. So, as I always say, thank you all for being here. I very much appreciate it, as I always do, my channel members and subscribers. I can't thank you enough for your support, because as I always say, without your support, none of this would be possible. This is Commander Jorval saying until next time, fare thee well.